even as a coach, Mark, you couldn't ever have an inkling that someone could have a performance like Grayson did last night?
Well, you hope you do that every Saturday, because we're always striving to execute everything we call and always striving to do things right. And, again, there's a lot of things that have to go right for a quarterback to have that kind of day, and it certainly starts with protection, like I said, and route running scheme, and then guys catching the ball on the other end. I mean, how many times does the ball get dropped here and there, and one guy would have dropped the ball, we wouldn't be talking about this thing quite so much probably, so Coach Bobo would still be number one. So, but it was good to see, and it was just one game, just one performance. So we don't want to get too carried away, but it was a great day.
Your coach is Anthony Dasher. Kind of along those lines, let's talk again about the play calling job that Coach Schottenheimer did, and what impressed you the most about it?
I don't know. I think it was just a good job by not only him but the rest of the offensive staff to put the plan together. They all divvy up responsibilities as far as red zone, third downs, run game, blitz pickup, goal line, short yardage, coming out, 1 minute. I mean, there's just so many things that are kind of split up throughout the staff, and then, of course, Brian oversees it all and makes the final decisions on what ends up on the call sheet, and then he's got to call it. And there's definitely an art to doing that as well. But we were able to stick to the script pretty good because things were working, and I think play calling is a whole lot better when you execute, but execution is coaching as well. So I like the execution part that the staff got everybody to do.
Mark, it's Mark Weiser. So the job you guys did on Pharaoh Cooper in pass coverage, what did you see, or what have your coaches seen in terms of the film? What worked out so well on that?
Well, what did he end up with? I didn't even notice.
Did he get one catch, maybe?
It was one catch, yeah. Oh, gosh, I don't know. I mean, a lot of it, again, has to do with pass rush, and a lot of it has to do with everybody doing their job across the board. I don't know if there was really a special plan so much as it was everybody just, taking care of business. And, they did he made an impact running the ball. He made an impact returning the punt, I think. And so, he had a good day, but certainly didn't get as many balls as he's probably used to.
Yeah, Coach, this is Anthony again. Did Christian Payne get hurt yesterday?
Yeah, he re-aggravated the same injury, so not exactly sure what that means yet.
Marcus and Murray again. You look at the Western Division already. Two of the preseason favorites, Alabama and Auburn, have lost, and of course LSU, Ole Miss, and A&M are looking exceptionally strong so far. That's why all this is why it's very hard to go unbeaten in this league.
Well, it is very difficult, and it's still so early in the season. I mean, everybody that has a loss still has a great opportunity to still win the league, and anybody that has no loss obviously has a good chance as well. So it's so early in the thing. It's hard to count anybody out yet, and people have just got a long way to go with a lot of good teams ahead of them.
Mark, it's Chip from the AJC. Did you ever get to check with Grayson, or do you know for certain whether that was an intentional throwaway on the end zone to Jeb for his only incompletion, or did he just miss it?
Well, he tried to put it in a spot where I have not talked to him, but it looked like he was trying to put it in a spot where he had a chance or nobody. And it was fairly, it was pretty tight coverage, so it was a very, it was a wise decision to throw the ball the way he did, I thought.
So that graded a plus too?
Well, I didn't ask Shoddy how he graded it, but you'd have to ask him on that. I will say this on that play: if he had hit his check down, it probably would have walked in and scored. So.
Oh, really? Where was the check down? I didn't see that.
There was a little crossing route from the backside. It was actually Malcolm coming across at about 2 to 3 yards deep, but all the coverage went deep, and there was really nothing but grass.
That's a minus then, though, right?
Decision-wise, yeah, the throw was good as far as throwing it in a safe spot, according to the decision that he made. But the decision, the decision to hit his check down would have been a better one.
I guess does that fall in the category of just accuracy is such a big part of it as well, that he was just spot on mechanically.
Yeah, he was, and you're able to be on balance and be good mechanically when you have space in the pocket and you're not being rushed. You don't have somebody in your face. You don't have somebody hitting you every other play. And his jersey stayed pretty clean, and the lineman did a really super job of really giving him a nice pocket to work from.
Mark, what do you know about this team that's coming in here on Saturday?
Well, as usual, we're just cleaning up this last ball game. I sat from 2 to 3:30 with the offense, 3:30 to 5 with the defense. Just had dinner with the family night group. I'm talking to y'all. I'll have a staff meeting at 6:30. After that, we'll look at special teams from this last ball game, and then we'll start turning our attention to the next opponent. So that's kind of how we do it.
Mark, I saw Bryce in high school. He was a great kicker. Was that a little surprise to the fans and everybody that he punted that last night?
Well, I don't know how many people noticed it, but we haven't. I mean, even some of the coaches didn't find out till the day that he actually punted it. I mean, not the special teams coaches, obviously, but some of the other coaches that were just observing the game. But we decided to slip him in there, and he's been a guy we've been working in case something ever happened to Colin, and so we got into a situation in the game where we thought, you know what, let's get him a game rep in case somewhere along the way he has to do it.
Coaches, Chip, you joked about it last night, but Mike Bobo's team lost to Colorado last night.
I hate it.
In overtime, and that's 2 overtime losses for him. So have you had a chance to talk to him or anything?
Not today, but I'm sure we'll end up hitting each other up somewhere along the way here when things die down. Everybody's got a bunch to do between now and the next game, but there's every once in a while there's a quiet moment, and I'll be sure to try to hit him up.
Yeah, I mean, just following up on that, I know you care about a guy. You want him to win them all.
No doubt.
You empathetic on situations like that and starting a new program, basically?
Yeah. Well, I mean, the good news is it's brand new. I mean, they're establishing how they're going to go about their business, and I mean, if you go in there and you start getting beat, 30, 40 points first couple ball games, that's not good, and obviously losing is not good. But when your team is very, very competitive and playing down to the last play of the game, that's a very positive sign for your program. So you can't always win all the overtime games, but you certainly know you're in a heck of a battle if you get into an overtime game.
Mark, when you're trying to put together your coach's ballot, is it tougher now with so much fluidity early in the season?
It is.
And
yeah.
How do you think you guys kind of fit in with the conference and nationally?
What, on my vote?
No, not giving your vote, but just in terms of stacking up versus it seems like you had an Auburn as a top.
We're right. Here's what I think about the poll right now. It's just I don't worry about it too much. I do try to do my best to stack it like I see it, but there's just so many games that are going to happen, and some of the matchups of people that are ranked, in the polls. You know, should this team be higher than that one? Well, you see in 2 weeks from now they play each other, so you don't worry much about it. You know, it's going to all kind of sort out as time goes on. So I don't worry too much about it. I do look at all the scores and try to be as accurate as I can with my thoughts, and I do take it seriously. But this time of year, I don't worry much about it.
Coach, this is Charlotte Hall with the Red and Black. You guys are playing Southern Saturday, a historically black university. Do you think that historically black colleges and universities will ever be able to compete at the same level as bigger football programs, with all of the top African American talent going to these bigger programs?
You know, I really hadn't thought about that, but I know when I was at University of Miami, as a player, we played Florida A&M and took a whooping, and the next year we got them. But it's quite a ball game, and you know, Florida A&M obviously has had a wonderful program over the years that they've been playing football, and just got a lot of respect for those schools. But you know, I hadn't really thought much about that question.
Any other questions?
All right, you have a good night.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.